Most wholesalers waste hours managing seller and buyer contacts in spreadsheets. The answer is simpler than you think. HubSpot's free plan stores up to 1 million leads with email tracking, prospect tracking, meeting scheduling, and live chat built in. For a specialized option, Agile CRM offers a free plan supporting up to 10 users with 50,000 contacts, unlimited deals, and lead scoring. If you need more advanced wholesaling features, Resimpli is considered the industry standard for wholesalers because it's built specifically for managing dual contact types. The key difference between free options and paid tools is automation. Free CRMs handle storage and basic tracking, but paid wholesaling platforms automate lead scoring and conversion tracking. Start with HubSpot if you want simplicity and zero cost. Switch to a specialized tool like Resimpli once you're closing deals consistently. Real estate wholesaling is different from typical residential or commercial sales because you manage two completely separate contact types simultaneously. You track seller leads, motivated property owners wanting to offload assets fast, and buyer leads, which are investors, fix and flip teams, or owner-occupants hunting for deals. Standard CRMs like Salesforce or basic HubSpot assume one contact pipeline. They're optimized for a single buyer journey. Wholesaling requires dual contact management. The stat backs this up. Real estate firms using dedicated CRM software report a 29% increase in sales compared to those managing relationships through manual processes. But that stat includes all real estate professionals. For wholesalers specifically, the problem is deeper. Podio has been the default free option for wholesalers for years because it's infinitely customizable. But building and maintaining that dual workflow is a job in itself. You spend 6 hours setting it up and 2 hours monthly keeping it running. That's overhead that crushes your deal flow. A wholesaling-specific CRM handles both pipelines natively. Sellers flow into one tracked sequence, buyers flow into another. Your job becomes moving deals, not managing software. Free CRMs work by storing contacts in a central database and linking them to deal records. When you add a seller lead, HubSpot or Agile CRM creates a contact card with phone, email, property address, and custom fields you define. You tag that contact as a seller. When a buyer inquires about your inventory, you create a separate buyer contact with the same system. The platform's dashboard then shows you two pipelines side by side. HubSpot enables storing up to 1 million leads for free. That's enough for wholesalers doing 50 to 200 deals per year. Agile CRM offers a free plan for up to 10 users with 50,000 contacts and companies, unlimited deals, and lead scoring. That's the entry point if you're solo or working with one partner. The mechanism that matters is lead scoring. In the global real estate CRM software market, valued at $3.8 billion in 2026, firms deploying dedicated real estate CRM software report average lead conversion rate improvements of 35 to 50%. That improvement comes from scoring. Scoring flags which sellers are most motivated and which buyers have the strongest buying power. Goliath data surfaces these signals in real time by analyzing contact behavior and property data. Free platforms don't do behavioral analysis automatically. You manually score by updating a field after each call, but the structure is identical. Track seller quality separately from buyer quality. Score both independently. Route hot leads immediately. Step 1. Choose your platform. If you have zero budget and need simplicity, start with HubSpot. If you want more deal tracking tools, pick Agile CRM. If you're closing consistent deals and can afford $50 to $100 monthly, jump straight to Resimpli. HubSpot is the entry point for most wholesalers because it's completely free and requires no credit card. Step 2. Create your contact structure. Log into HubSpot and set up 2 contact lists. Label 1 sellers and 1 buyers. Add custom fields to the sellers list: property address, estimated repair cost, asking price, and motivation level. For buyers, add custom fields: maximum purchase price, preferred neighborhoods, and cash availability. These fields let you filter and score within seconds. Step 3. Set up your deal pipeline. In HubSpot, create deals tied to seller and buyer contacts. A deal connects 1 seller contact to 1 buyer contact. When you acquire a property from a seller, create a deal and attach both the seller and your buyer contact to it. The deal stage moves from new to under contract to closed. This visibility is what separates wholesalers from hoarders. Step 4. Automate your email sequences. HubSpot's free plan includes meeting scheduling and email tracking. When a new seller subscribes to your list, set up an automated email sequence that introduces your process, explains what you buy, and asks clarifying questions about their property. Do the same for buyers. This automation saves 5 to 10 hours per week in manual outreach. Step 5. Review your pipeline weekly. Every Monday, spend 30 minutes scrolling through HubSpot's dashboard. Count your active seller leads, count your active buyer leads, identify any deals stuck in one stage. If a deal hasn't moved in 2 weeks, call that seller or buyer today. This discipline turns a CRM from a filing cabinet into a revenue engine. A wholesaler in Texas started using Agile CRM's free plan in January 2026. By June, she was closing 8 deals per month. Her structure: Agile CRM hosted 300 active seller contacts and 150 active buyer contacts. Every seller contact included property address, estimated after repair value, current owner equity, and a motivation score from 1 to 10. Every buyer contact included maximum purchase price, renovation budget, and cash on hand status. Her workflow: when a seller called, she created a contact and filled in the property address and repair estimate within the first conversation. She didn't score motivation until the second call. By call 3, she knew whether the deal was viable. If the seller wanted full retail price, she scored them a 3. If they were 6 months behind on taxes and willing to move fast, she scored them a 9. On the buyer side, she tracked which investors had bought from her before and which were one-time buyers. She tagged repeat buyers. When a new property came under contract, her Agile CRM sent an automated alert to all buyers matching that property's criteria. In 3 months, her average time from contract to closing dropped from 45 days to 28 days. Her deal volume went from 4 to 8 monthly. Her cost per deal fell from $800 to $350 because she stopped cold calling and relied on her existing buyer network. The tool didn't change her hustle. It changed her targeting and speed. That's what free CRMs do when you structure them right. Mistake 1. Using one contact list for both sellers and buyers. Many wholesalers dump all contacts into a single list and try to filter by label. This fails because seller behavior and buyer behavior are opposite. A seller who's motivated looks like an urgent message and a dropped call. A buyer who's engaged looks like research questions and back and forth negotiation. If you mix them, you waste time responding to a buyer inquiry as if it's a seller lead. Keep them separate from day one. Fix: create 2 distinct lists or contact types. Tag everything immediately. Mistake 2, ignoring lead scoring. You'll get 200 seller contacts in your first month of outreach. Without scoring, you'll call all 200 equally. Most are tire kickers. Maybe 30 are truly motivated. If you score as you go, you call the 31st and close deals before chasing cold leads. Fix: after every conversation, update a motivation or quality field. Sort by that field before calling. Mistake 3, setting up the CRM but never reviewing it. Wholesalers often build a beautiful contact structure and then check it once a month. A CRM is only powerful if it's alive. You need to log in weekly, count your pipeline by stage, and identify stuck deals. Stalled deals signal a problem. Maybe your buyer network needs expansion or your seller messaging isn't attracting the right people. Fix: schedule 30 minutes every Monday morning. Review your seller count, buyer count, and stage breakdown. Write down one action to fix the slowest pipeline stage. Mistake 4, not automating your first email to new leads. Every moment you waste on manual outreach is a moment you could spend selling or building relationships. HubSpot and Agile CRM both support automated email sequences. When a new seller comes in, send an automated introduction within 1 hour. That separates you from wholesalers who wait until Tuesday to send a generic email. Fix: build one 5-email sequence for sellers and one for buyers. Test it this week. The rule that works: a CRM only delivers value if you use it before the deal closes, not after. Log in daily, move deals, score leads, route hot ones immediately. The wholesalers closing the most deals aren't using the fanciest software. They're using free software religiously.